Okay, so I have my grid. I'm going to show you guys how to start working with your little tessellation piece. Not tessellation, I'm sorry. It's a Noton. So let me get all of this out. So I have my original center. I have my flipped sides. So this is when you actually can not discard, but push the little pieces aside because you don't need these little pieces for this part of the project. You do need to photograph your design, how it is, and upload this image to Schoology so that your teacher saw that you did make an organic design, a geometric design, and then that third organic plus geometric design. So I'm going to pop these pieces off. And I'm just going to work with this piece. So with my pencil, I'm going to have my little cut paper in the middle. I'm going to start to trace around my design. So you're winding up tracing the positive and negative space. Okay. I'm going to trace this side. I'm going to move my hand to keep the paper down. And this is a pretty simple part of the project. Just take your time, make sure it's well crafted. Okay, so now I can start tracing in other areas. To start tracing in other areas, you are not just moving the piece wherever. Okay, so this is the negative space right now for the center area. Negative space. I want this space here to be like the mirror image. So I'm going to take my piece, I'm going to flip it over. So now that part of the design is here. I'm going to line up my piece and I'm going to trace this again. Trace the top, the side, and then let me move my hand for the video, and the bottom. Okay, now I can either go up or I can go down. So if this open area negative space is here, I'm going to flip my piece down and trace that. So it's like the mirror image. Make sure when you're tracing, if your pencil slips on the paper, you just go back in and redraw it. Okay, I'm coming to a little crossroads here. I got this negative space to look out for and this negative space to look out for. So if I flip this correctly over, that lines up with that, and then this area lines up with the area below. So the designs match. Down, okay? Oh, I need to trace the other two areas. And this is why we said you don't have to use complicated designs when making it, is because you're going to be tracing it over and over. So again, I'm going to flip it over so that the spaces line up and match. Bottom, side. You can see my pencil was drawing on the construction paper. Okay, I'm going to flip it up. Flip my paper up. So the bottom should line up and that side should line up, and it does. The same design, just flipped. There. This side. Okay, good. Now I'm going to flip it up again. Here. 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 Flip it over so it matches. And look at that. That didn't trace all the way. I'm going to flip it back finish tracing it, and then flip it. So this lines up, this lines up. Please, please, please make sure that you are checking when you trace so that your lines are lining up with the areas above, below, and beside. I'm going to flip this over, and that lines up and that lines up. So perfect. Pretty easy. So now you have a grid that has a repeated design inside. So the next video will be how to fill it in.